Hello, folks. It's our honor and pleasure to have Mr. Mustafa from Venza with us today. He's the head of research, right, with Venza. And they really have interesting researches economically, right, globally, for traders community in various markets to really help them to make their entry decision and even exit decisions, right? So later we'll share with you guys, the folks. But prior to that, we are curious to find out from Mr. Mustafa, with our Mirami community, what makes you, participate and set up this Venza research team itself, to provide value to our trading community.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mustafa Nadeem, and I thank Mirami for engaging with me today and engaging this show where I can share my views about the market and how the trader community can benefit from what we are doing. So yes, good afternoon, Zelda. Starting with your first question, how I got into this. So prior to this, I was into education. I used to visit colleges where I used to taught financial services, and that way my interest started building towards the financial sector and trading. Prior to this also, like when I was in high school, I used to trade Indian stocks. My father lost heavily in the market and there were some paper stocks which were left. So I was very curious on how this work and what is the value currently. So through that I got engaged with some brokers who used to deal with those stocks. So that way my interest developed eventually, and then after completing my masters in finance, I got into this field. I started with visiting colleges as an adjunct faculty, teaching about stock markets, securities, and then I thought, why not to do it, share this knowledge practically with the trading community. So that's how we started this company 10 years back. And from there, our aim only previously was to teach clients how to work in the market, what is risk management, how to safeguard their capital, how to increase the shelf life of trader and investor in the market. So that process started, and then we started giving live signals to our client where they can trade live in the market, and the risk management part and the capital appreciation part is left on worry on us, and they just have to focus on their work along with trading. And that's how we started growing, and now we are seeing a community of more than 5,000 active traders working with us in various markets. Like we provide consultancy in Singapore market, Malaysia, Hong Kong, US, and now we'll be starting with UK as well. So our aim is to increase the shelf life of traders and investors, to do capital appreciation, help them on capital appreciation part, and then risk management part, and help them grow along with us.
Right. That's very great. I heard, for traders to have that capital appreciation with that risk management. I thought these 2 points is really very paramount to the traders, and it is really not easy. And also one more point that you brought up is you wanted to support the traders to have that longevity, the sustainability in trading. Right. So so that is really cool. But how do you help, with your research team that they can really get that quality signal from your research team to them with making decision of entry or perhaps even the exit part?
Yes. So what happens is, once the client comes to us, the first step is we do their risk profiling. So there is a 20 questionnaire which the client fills, where he talks about his risk-taking capability, his risk appetite, what kind of horizon he's looking for investing. Like he's a very short-term trader, intraday trader, long-term, medium-term, or he looks for value investing. Then his what time he can spend, what experience he has in the market, how much he understands the market. So we capture these through 20 points which we have in our risk profile questionnaire. So based on the score of the risk profile questionnaire, we divide the client into low risk taker, medium risk taker, high risk taker, very high risk taker. And based on the bifurcation of client, we uh, uh, we map the client to the researcher. Now here the researcher part enters into the foray. So the researchers are basically experienced team members. Like we have a 30 people research team. So they are specializing in various markets, and also the kind of strategy they have. Like some are good in giving the high risk trade, some are good in giving low risk trade, medium risk trade, based on the appetite. So we map client with researcher, and then they understand the client. The researcher understands the mentality of client through various questions we have and the various interaction our account manager has with client. And based on this, the signals are pushed to the client according to his risk taking ability. Now, the research team does not only comprises of technical researchers. We have the fundamental researchers as well, and the researchers who keeps on monitoring the economic also and the statistical part. Because if you trade forex, the data has a major impact. Like when there are NFP coming, GDP figures coming, then housing numbers coming. So these have huge impacts in forex market. So we only cannot rely on charts for coming out with our research. So basically what we do is we run on the fundamental and the statistical part as well. So based on that also our research is generated. So our research is a mix of fundamental, technical plus statistical. Based on this, we push the signals to our client. So that's why a long and a tedious task goes on before generating every signal, and that's why we require such a huge team, so that our client gets what they pay for, and overall the objective is met, their investment objective is met.
Right. Wow. This is like, I was thinking, wow, that's really amazing, Mr. Mustafa. Because firstly, what I really love is the risk profiling. Because many times the traders do not understand what is their own risk appetite. We always want to go for the highest profit, but we always neglect the downside, and we never take good care of our, to have that contingency plan. So the risk mitigation, and you included that in your process before you even, like you call it, map or match make, with the research team that takes care of the different risks of different markets, right? So that is like really a good interest at heart for the traders. Yeah, I think that is really good. And there's varied markets you mentioned, so including like yes, other than FX, stocks, also like cryptos.
Yes. Yeah. Cryptos are next big thing which we are seeing. So cryptos already it is very volatile, and those who do not understand cryptos but just listen to the fancy stories that client has earned so much, such movement is there, and they burn their hands after they enter into the market. So the crypto also requires a hand holding for the client, and it requires a lot of dedication while generating signal, because it's a 24-hour market. Things change drastically whenever there is economic data, and many things like the war is there. So we are living with so many variables which impact the movement of currencies and cryptocurrencies as well. So the trader or investor has to be very vigilant all the time. But with his current work, with his business, with his office work, it's not possible for him to track so many variables. So that's how we come into picture. We track those things for him, and we give him in a platter on how to work on those currencies and how he can benefit from the volatility of cryptos, and also managing his risk and also meeting his investment objective. Both has to be done simultaneously. So a lot of work goes into determining all these things and achieving the goal.
There's some customization also, yeah. So that is
Yes.
really know your client kind of a process also. But just curious, what are the sources of the research team? Because are the retail traders out there, they are very easily, they can just read from some finance portal to make some decision, or what stands your research apart from the rest that we can go and research on our own? Obviously, we just Google also.
Yes. See, basically, when you do Google search for research, so they do not know your investment objective, your appetite, and risk
Mm.
profiling. So basically, that is a plain vanilla thing. You pick up something and you see if there is some benefit in it, and sometimes it goes according to you, sometimes it don't. You don't know that person is working for you or not. But when it comes
Mm.
to us, we are dedicatedly working for our client. We know in and out on how much money is putting, what time horizon he is putting. Is he a short term? Because if suppose say a client is for long term and you give him an intraday or very short term call, so you are not doing justice to his portfolio or his trading scheme.
Yeah.
So basically, there would always be a difference. There would be a gap, and client would lose, and he would go out of the market.
Couldn't hear. That's a bit
Our
soft.
our research team
Oh,
can,
this part.
yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah,
Leo, can you repeat your research team because it was a bit cut off? Yeah.
totally to meet client objective, we know in and out of a client. So we work for meeting his investment objective. Am I audible?
Yes. Okay. Now can.
So, so, so the research team is basically mix of the fundamental researchers, technical researchers who study the past 12, 15-year movement on and they put various indicators on chart, and then thereby they develop the strategy keeping the client profile in mind. So that's how we are differentiated from other companies which are just giving plain vanilla signals.
Okay. You all really put a lot of you know thoughts and
Yes.
researchers, and even I can sense that you even really put your heart into it. Wanting your clients, the trading community who subscribe to your signals, they really benefit and really be profitable and really be sustainable in
Sustainable
their
is more
result.
important. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
that objective is number one crucial, so that you can then set your signal to ensure that it is really of quality value to
yes.
help the traders out there really tap on the market opportunities. Yeah, so
See, we
that's really
believe we surely believe in one thing, that our existence is totally dependent on our client's existence in the market. So we
that's
can
cool.
only success till when our client is successful in the market. So we'll live by it, and we do everything to make it happen.
Okay, I also love that statement because I like to use that statement also. When you are successful, then I can be successful, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's really cool. Yeah. So, Mr. Mustafa, now it's like we are at the end of the last quarter. We're the last quarter of 2022, but unfortunately, globally seems like yes, a lot of happening events
Yes.
disrupting the financial market with some corrections, and it seems
Mhm.
like there are some forecasts there's going to be a financial meltdown or some stagflation that is coming
Yes,
on.
yes.
Do you see that as opportunity or threat to the traders community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, yes, there are many talks of stagflation going on. So stagflation is when the inflation is high and economy is not performing good. The job numbers are not good. But currently, what we are seeing is the inflation is high, but the economy is not that much lagging. So currently, we cannot say that we are purely into stagflation. But yes, many signals are there that in future time stagflation is maybe there. But again, what I would say is the kind of liquidity there is in the market, so there would be a sharp recovery, like we have seen post COVID, the V-shaped recovery where the markets have recovered by almost 50-55% post COVID downfall which we had. So I see, yes, for some time, say for next 3 to 6 months, there would be some pain, but again, the recovery would be V-shaped and we would be seeing new highs in the market. And this is the time to accumulate cash and then wait for the right opportunity to enter in the market. So speculation should not worry because liquidity is good. Inflations inflation is a concern, but again, the economic revival would be fast this time. So it won't be like 2008 to 10 where it was for 2 years. This time the recovery will be quick, and there would be many opportunities the market would be giving. And also, what I suggest is like you should not only look towards the stock market. Like your portfolio should be hedged. So when stock markets are not performing, then we have gold, which is a hedge to market. So gold would go up. So your portfolio should be distributed between bonds, gold, stocks, and FX. So that way, if at one time you are facing some losses, or say the markets are not performing that well, you are compensated by the returns in the gold and FX. So that way your position is also hedged and you keep on getting the consistent return. So this should not, the situation should not be worrying. We should see the opportunity in it and capitalize on that opportunity.
Yes, correct. I think so. We should capitalize on, regardless whether the market is performing or the market is having some correction.